Stefan. We're over here in Paris. I'm with my colleague Mervi, who is Finnish and just into Paris from Cambodia, to talk about living and working abroad.
Justin, how did you make your connections to start working in Paris?
First, I made a decision between if I wanted to work in a hospital or if I wanted to work in private practice, and I decided that to begin with it would be easier to get started in a private practice. So I made my contacts accordingly. And my strategy was I wanted to target people already established in the community who are the most like me. It can be difficult to make those first phone calls, so I thought I would have more success and I could build on that success by targeting people most like me. So in my case, that meant first trying to meet Americans and ideally trying to meet Americans from New York. And gradually I widened my circle from there.
And what was the hardest thing about getting started?
Honestly, for that, I would say it's the time. I think it takes 3 years to become comfortably established in a new country. You're learning about the culture, you're meeting people. So I think it's really best to take a long-term approach when you're moving overseas.
And what are you doing now?
Right now, well, I'm a developmental psychologist, so I'm working with children, adolescents, and parents. I do a social skills group for adolescents, and I also teach a yearly graduate school course in New York. But the most interesting thing I do in terms of multiculturalism is I do a lot of evaluations for learning disabilities. And this can be a very tricky thing, particularly when you're dealing with distinguishing between a language disorder and the normal effects of learning a second language. So it's very exciting to be in this population where these issues are so prevalent. And also in terms of multicultural dynamics, I feel like never in New York would I have a practice so composed of African and Middle Eastern and general European clients. It's really put me in touch with a lot of different issues that I really wouldn't have been as exposed to simply working in New York. So for that I'm very excited about what I've come in contact with over here.
And what should someone do if they wanted to be a psychologist outside of the US?
Well, for that, like I said, I would come to France or come to a country with keeping a kind of a long-term approach. You're going to want to take your time to learn about the culture that you've moved into, to learning about the language, learning the language, of course, travel a little bit as you're making your contacts. It's a wonderful bonus to living overseas. Bring a copy of your diplomas and your educational history, because when you get your degree recognized by your next country, they're going to need a copy of all of that.
And how are you enjoying your stay in Paris?
I am truly enjoying living abroad and working abroad. It's just brought me to a different level in my clinical work, and I honestly find it a very exciting thing to do on a daily basis. So, Mervi, now we will interview you. Okay, thanks, Stefan. Enjoy.